we OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC20s, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour. It's going to be exciting. We have a special guest in a little bit. Potentially, we'll have Bunzi on from Omnisat. Bunzi is working on a bunch of different tooling stuff for Bitcoin. It's going to be a phenomenal talk. He'll join us a little later. But yeah. It's Bitcoin halving day, right? It's the day we've been waiting for so long, but not just for Bitcoin to block reward to half, but to actually get runes. We've been waiting for runes now for a very, very long time. And I want to say since like November, and that waiting really built a lot of momentum. And you saw that with the prunes or the pre-runes. And they really flew up to the point of yesterday where they're kind of dipping down, which is pretty normal for a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. A lot of people are just in that for the gains and stuff like that. But it's going to get so exciting in the next like 2 weeks, because the first couple of days is going to be almost impossible to do anything without paying hundreds of dollars in fees, which is okay if you're playing with a lot of money, right? If you're playing with a couple $100, maybe not today might not be your day. You might want to join with fees a little cheaper, but there will be a lot of opportunity, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be nerve-wracking. When you're minting, like, did I get front ran and stuff like that? So that's going to be tough to deal with. But we're kind of veterans here now, right? So if you've been here with us with BRC20, you know the drill. You're ready. So, and if you're ready, I'm ready, and we're gonna get some gains, guys. We're definitely gonna make some gains, but as the launch of runes gets closer, make sure you guys etch all your runes at Sathunter.com for great rates. Plus, Sathunter.com has the top referral program in the industry. When you refer a friend, you earn 50% of the service fee paid in Bitcoin. You can track everything on their dashboard. Etch runes at Sathunter.com. That's SATHUNTER.com. Referral in the show notes. Please use our link, guys. That link helps the show. It was cool. I was messing around with Francis last night. He joined me for like a quick call, and we were just kind of talking. He's like, "Yo, just check this out or whatever." So he used our link, and he did an inscription, and we got like 50 cents or something, which it was, it's just cool to see. It definitely adds up. So you can do the same. You go there, you get your link, you give it to your friends, you tell your friends, "Yo, mint on my link, I'll give you the money back," or something, whatever. But it's fun, it's exciting. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up? It is Bitcoin halving day, hopefully. And it's an exciting day to be live with Ordinal Revolution in our community.
Yeah, man. So the halving is now, I'm getting the counter up right here. It is exactly 10 hours, 25 minutes, and 26 seconds. We've been waiting a long time for this. Me and you waited for 4 years, even before we found out about runes. It was a really tough. It was a really tough bear market, right? 2021 was a very good year for both of us. 2022 was a really, really bad year for both of us, and then 2023 was a really amazing year for both of us, right? And we're hoping that 2024 is that year that changes everything.
Yeah. I think this is where there's these two phrases, and I mentioned them: time in the market and timing the market. And people say it's either one or the other. No, I think it's both. You have time in the market getting your experience, and then you time the market knowing, when we're at the beginning of a bull market, when the bear market seems to be coming. And I think you learn that with time in the market, right? So yeah, 2024 has also been a great start to this year, right? We're almost kind of towards halfway through it. But the halving is really where this energy can pick up. And the thing about us and people have been here in this on-chain economy with Bitcoin the past 12 months, we've experienced great gains already. But now it's really this is when the game starts. This is when the game starts. So
yep. And so when the game starts, another game ends, right? In my opinion, that game that ended was all meta protocols. Today is the day that the meta protocols RIP.
Well, I think you got to rephrase that, because it can't be all meta protocols, because like Bitmap, there's other meta protocols that like aren't fungible tokens. I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong. I think you're referring mainly just to the token environment, but maybe
I think it's
maybe
all
I'm
of
wrong.
them, man. I think it's all of them. I think all the old is old now, and then we're kind of in with the new. I think there's going to be a new standard going forward. There's going to be new projects and new excitement and stuff like that. And I love bitmaps, right? But there's not a lot of builders. We know about 3 or 4 of them, right? So that can come back. I'm not saying it's dead forever, but for the next 3 to 6 months, we got. I think we're going to be, we're going to pound that runes rock, right?
Yeah. No. Definitely going to be, looking for great opportunities in the runes ecosystem that will build out and stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, I had to wear the Bitmap shirt. You got to show respect on Bitcoin halving day, because the halving is celebrating a block, and that like, I don't know if there's been another meta protocol, because I will call Bitmap a meta protocol, that has educated the masses on how Bitcoin works in terms of like block data and stuff like that. So how to do that.
Sure. Yeah, man. Well, our guest showed up. So you want to get right into that?
Yeah, let's bring them up. We got the squad over here from Omnisat. We got Bunzy here and Halfbanger, and I don't think we've met the third gentleman there.
Yeah. I'm Hike. I'm the designer.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Mike?
Hike, the man.
Hike with an H.
Oh, Hike. Gotcha. Yeah, we got the legendary Omnisat. Hey, look at from Dubai, it looks like, or maybe Southern California. I can't tell. All I see is
that's Dubai.
So we're in Dubai. We did no conferencing today. Just pushing lines of code and trying to get things trucking. So we're out here. We got Mike too from Mercedes. We spent all day in this cafe, just really getting things going.
Yeah, I love y'all's energy, man. You guys have found the perfect balance between work hard and play hard. Because I feel like when we had you guys on last time, y'all were like in some Latin American country, but then you're sitting there banging out code and all this stuff. So definitely love it.
Can you guys hear us all right with the music? Or
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, dope. Yeah, we're, like you said, it's a balance. You get to go to these places, but you get locked in a room for a while, but then the few hours that you cruise out is amazing. So, but you caught us when it's a little bit loud, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
man.
Gotcha. Well, we're live right now. This is kind of like our first live of 2 lives that we have planned for the day, to kind of celebrate and prepare for this Bitcoin halving. And you guys kind of jumped right into a conversation that Shizzy and I were having, a debate here. Shizzy thinks that runes is going to kill off every other meta protocol in Bitcoin right now, that especially the popular ones that have been launching the past 12 months, BRC20s, Tap protocol. what are y'all's thoughts? If you know, do you think runes pretty much pushes everything out and dominates and takes over as the main standard for fungible tokens?
Yeah, so our internet's a little shoddy. Gonna let it catch up here for a sec. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is this okay? Dope. All right, dope. I just killed a few other apps. I mean, my thoughts are, I agree short term for sure. Oh, whoa, bro, nice one.
Yeah. Right as a mid, dude.
Yeah, my eyes get cashed. I think short term, of course, they're going to dominate the attention. But I do believe, you know, there's so many token standards that it does need to consolidate, because fractionalized liquidity doesn't really do much. You know, people like big numbers, people like, you know, seeing a lot of TVL. So I do think BRC20 and runes are going to be the standards. I mean, we have others like BRC20, but I think runes fixes what they were trying to achieve. So, you know, stuff like that, you know, might not be the solution, because of Casey, you know, the narrative behind runes is pretty strong as well. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't, stuff like that didn't play as big of a role as it does, but it really, it matters, you know, like who releases what. So I do think, I agree with you. What do you think?
Well, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. So, okay. I think that it's going to come also down to tooling. And then, I mean, really, dude, the entirety of all this meta protocol shit is based on the tools and the indexing that you have. And it's literally built into Ord, which is like the whole reason why we're all here. You know what I mean? But dude, I think some low-hanging fruit right now is mempool-based indexing. And I'm sure that's just something that anyone want to look into. But I haven't even looked into that either. But the second that you start seeing balances or future balances that will be confirmed in the next block, you're going to see, you know, more movement, I think, in the DeFi sector. But again, dude, it comes down to tooling, and the sooner that like a wallet supports BRC20 or runes and balances and everything like that, the more quickly you're going to see, you know, things change.
But that's the thing, is like they went on to testnet. BRC20 was just like sprung out of nowhere, so like people had to catch up to that. Like people like runes was kind of prepared to some degree, but we are going to see, unfortunately, a lot of people, you know, and toolings really get hit with a lot of traffic, and we might see some damage on some users. But yeah, I mean, BRC20s did what it did strictly off of the brilliance of like the fair distribution. So I'm really interested to see, you know, how some of these runes how people decide to do it, whether it's the blocks, how many blocks the supply will, you know, how many people will etch it, or, you know, if people do very fair distribution. But there's so many pre-runes that it's like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a very interesting next 24 hours. That's for sure.
Yeah,
man. I will move to Hike. We gotta get your opinion too, buddy. Are BRC20s and the meta protocols dead, bud? What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm largely here for the pixel, so I facilitate the ecosystem.
Let's go.
Digital artifacts, baby. Digital artifacts. All right, let's kind of.
Well, I think he's finishing.
Technology and the language and the science that are attached to that. I think there's up to 26 or 25. One is invisible, even. That's very interesting to know. I would look it up for the viewers out there. I've been building some pretty cool things here with the guys, so that's I'm pretty excited to show that soon, so that everyone can enjoy it.
Oh yeah, awesome. So let's kind of get into what you guys are doing. I know Bunty, you were telling me about some new project you're building, and obviously you guys are still working on Omnisat. Let's just kind of kick it off where we left off with you, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I think with Omnisat, like runes really allowed, I think, Omnisat to do what it's trying to do in a safer way. BRC20s had the vulnerability of the transfer state for people to snipe, and if especially if we're pairing it with BTC, and you open up that window for people to to essentially do a mev attack on and like that's just, we don't want to hurt users. So we were really hesitant. We went on to testnet and we proved the tech works, but Runes is really going to allow for very safe transactions, even if they get stuck in the mempool. Like it's UTXO based, so people's funds will always be safe and they'll settle when that goes through.
Looks like they're cutting in and out here.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but
there you go. Do you guys hear it?
Yeah, we hear
can
you.
hear
You're
you.
a little stuck though.
no.
Yeah.
There you go. We're back.
Oh, we're back.
Yep.
And we're back. Oh, we got fucking 3 bars now. Nice one. So yeah, it's just allowed us to. But the tricky part is Casey changes the protocol quite often, and like
So we're hearing.
2 weeks ago, like a pretty big ORD update went through. Yeah. So it's been fun. I mean, it's kept us busy as fuck. So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Omnisat was something that I saw I want to say last summer. I saw like little previews of it and stuff, and you guys have been building on this in silence for a while. So Bunzi, whenever we asked you about Runes taking over, you said that you feel like there's 2 strong protocols that will probably survive from this, BRC20 being one of them. What's Omnisat's approach here? Is it to provide a platform for those 2 major fungible tokens to be able to trade, or are you guys going to try to pivot and focus only on Runes, or what's your idea behind this? Oh, are you there? We might have lost
I think
them.
we lost them. Same time. Well, they look good.
It's a good still photo there of them, but we'll try to bring them back up whenever they get their connection better. But I don't know, like, how do you feel about that, right? Because like Bunzi's a big personality in our space. He's close with Jake Gallen and that team, and the fact that he's thinking that those 2 can coexist. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So, what exactly is your question? I heard you, but
what are your thoughts on like someone like him saying that BRC20 and Runes protocol can be 2 fungible standards, token standards that can exist?
Yeah, I don't think they can. I think one's going to eat the other. I think you're just, in every single chain, there's only 1 token standard, right?
Yeah, but that's the difference that like I think people got to realize that like Bitcoin is not Ethereum, and every other chain followed the EVM standard pretty much, right?
Yeah, but they could have went with another direction, but they didn't, right? So they kind of it's Runes will win. It's just kind of what they said. It's built in to what they're already doing with Ord. It's already built into Ord. It's Casey picked it. Casey picked Ordinals. Casey developed Runes. Runes won. There won't be 2 token standards in a year from now.
You can't say Runes won, bro. Like it hasn't happened yet.
Runes
But let's
won.
bring Bunzi back up. He's from Omnisat back in. What's going on, man?
Yo, sorry about that. Sorry.
No worries.
Like, we're out and about. So is the audio too loud?
It's a little.
Music?
I know it's a little loud, but we can hear you.
So I'll mute when we're not talking, but the boys are coming back over. But yeah, I mean, back to I think the meta protocol battle, right? Is like there's billions of dollars in BRC20, and if you look at Layer 1 Foundation, they're making BRC20s more programmable as well. So I do think there's a lot of other meta protocols, and like there's BRC20, like 420, all this, like anyone could write a Git book. But the real thing is just follow the liquidity. So there's a lot of money there. I think it will go through phases, but yeah, like Hat said, like Casey literally wrote ordinals and it's baked into the protocol, not like by nature it's on Ord. So I do think it's going to be massive for ordinals at large, and that's really what we're here for, is to grow this like ordinal and Bitcoin ecosystem. It's not like being a maxi of 1 token is not like, at least for me, like, and I think the whole Omnisat team is like, that's not what we're here for. We're here to like really build Bitcoin DeFi, and we built it on Taproot addresses. So any standard that comes up and it's on a Taproot address, we can swap it. And we're even partnering with teams like Oil and Versatis and Magma, a lot of these, and even Arch Network. And we're doing this to like go cross chain and do this in like a very efficient way where,
We go omni-chain.
yeah, exactly. Goes back. Omni means all, and like it's a liquidity game. Like our liquidity engineer H Wonder is like he's quite diverse and like experienced in this ecosystem, like, and he's made some very solid points backed by data that like I just can't argue with. Like I don't want to try to LARP and pretend that I can repeat them, so I'll let him bring them up someday. But yeah, I mean, Omni-chain is all chain, hopefully, and yeah, I think any token standard that a community gets behind, now it's going to be runes, and we're going to see a big rotation from BRC20 liquidity into it. But I do think it's going to be interesting just to see. We saw pups, we saw some of these other things. Yes, they're promising a rune, but like runes has a chance to fucking not flop, but like not meet everyone's expectations. Expectations are a hard thing, and it can get a little sticky. All right,
That is true.
see you later.
For sure.
Boys, I gotta go.
Take
Yeah.
it easy, Hat. Take it
I love
easy.
Nice seeing you, buddy.
I love you guys so much.
These-
Oh.
Dude, that's a
That's
typical
banger. Let's go.
typical epic exit for Hathbanger right there, man.
That is the hat banger. Actually, you get my backpack? All right, dope.
Well,
Man,
and
we're
also
just
I
a
think
bird
people don't realize that like there's been projects that were born from Bitcoin in previous years that ended up having to go off and develop into this mature ecosystem. Let's talk about Tether, USDT. It launched from OmniLayer, right, in 2017, I think, and there was no on-chain economy for it to really flourish on Bitcoin. It went out and it became something. So some of these meta protocols can possibly do that and have much success. So just because they're not the main meta protocol for the on-chain economy on Bitcoin doesn't mean that they can't thrive in the future.
Yeah, 100%. I think you made a really good point. Is like the ecosystem and the market. You have to meet the market where it's at, and people are really, really hyped about runes. So there is going to be a really big surge, but it's married with the halvening, which is super interesting. That alone is like a very, like, that is just a significant thing for Bitcoin or any crypto, because like everything follows Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin goes up, alts go up. So we've seen it the last 4 halvenings it occur. So I think that we're never going to see something, or not never, but it'll be unlikely to see something like this, a big technology emerge and a halvening collide in the same like month even, like, but it's no, let alone the day. So it's like it's going to be a pretty big uptick, not only to the mempool and like sats and miners, but like when number goes up, green candle gets a lot of attention. So I'm really curious to see, but I really hope that people's expectations don't, like I do think we saw a lot of big pumps already with some of these pre-rune stuff, but I'm curious to see what happens because I don't know. There's just so many pre-runes. Like some of my wallets that just have so much shit in them. I'm like, what the fuck is all of this? How am I gonna manage all of this? Like, I say that like kind of stressed. Like I'm like, holy crap! Like my strategy, like I can't manage that many tokens. Like, or at least like I don't know, over 10 assets, dude. It gets really hard.
Yeah, just gotta wake up and just start selling everything one day, right? It's just
yeah. I mean, the ones I have conviction in are Pups, Arsic, and Runestone. I mean, I'm rotating. My plan, I know you didn't ask, but is
I would love to hear it.
Is just to rotate those other ones when they drop the hype. If there's any sale activity, rotate it into those 3. I just don't have too much time to actively trade as dude, we're so heads down. There's so much cool stuff that we're about to release and we're building. Like we're building out UTXO splitters, a waste management project, which I'm excited to like fill you guys in on. Is like the term is very vague, but the use case is very specific. And it's all Bitcoin and, you know, ordinal DeFi related. So,
does it have to do with UTXO bloat?
Well, yes, but more so invalid inscription bloat. So BRC20s left a lot of beer cans behind, if you will. So when the state changes, you have a lot of these, but people are sitting on 546 sats. And if you're an active BRC20 trader, you have a shit ton of those. So we're essentially going to be airdropping people money that they have and making it spendable. So it's like a self airdrop. So it's
Love it.
What that means is if you have a invalid BRC20, you're just sitting on, and it's just there. It's a beer can, but you can go down and take them to the recycling center and push that back, you know, merge all of them back and send it back to your address. And we're just going to make it very easy for users to manage their Bitcoin assets. And the next round of tooling is going to be pretty dope. I mean, as you guys know, most people don't. We should get better at like marketing and, you know, shilling. But I do think I naively believe that products should speak for themselves. And we're hoping that it does that.
And we have been building. I think, you know, like that's normally how a day with the Omnisat team really goes. It's like Bunzi speaks his truth, he's preaching, right? Then we all listening, taking notes. And from there, like I hop into Figma and really just get the design out. So I think I would say like I'm almost like a year ahead in design. It's very impressive what we came up with right now, and it's being built out as we speak. So it's very exciting.
Yeah.
So when do you think that like a mainnet product would be, you know, delivered from Omnisat? Like, what's your timeline looking like?
Yeah, so I mean, we built this thing on mainnet, mind you. Like we were building this before testnet tooling was available, so the whole thing works on mainnet. We are just highly, like, we're concerned about users. Like, if BRC20 standard and that was a vulnerability, like we didn't want to release and let people get wrecked. Like hard-earned money, and you put that into LP, and then someone snipes it. But now that's off the table, and now we've also figured out a very solid bricking solution. So we've taken the time to do it right, because I've been on the other side, dude. I've been a user that gets wrecked, and it's the worst experience. Like it's like the fucking no, it's a bad example, but it's like the Dave Chappelle. It's like the mousetrap and the pussy trick. But
Had to say it.
I know, fuck. That was not sorry. But I guess like I genuinely believe in this protocol, ordinals, like, and I just want to, and we have the opportunity to do something right. So we just want to take it slow and, you know, keep users safe, because if you go to a restaurant and you get shitty food, you're not going to go back. So we're really trying to serve up the best product. And now with runes, we can do it much safer. And everyone gave up on BRC20s on the DeFi side because of that. And it's kind of very hard to work with, but we figured it out. Like, we actually have it sorted where we can brick people and keep them safe. And we'll be the only DEX, I believe, facilitating BRC20 rune pools. So you can rotate your assets. Yeah, that part.
Did you hear that, Shizzy? BRC20 rune pools.
Yeah, so like, dude, you can pair pups with, you know, like runestone or whatever tokens that, and that's significant, because there's gonna be fucking new metas change every day. So you're gonna be rotating tokens largely, and they'll become liquid. You don't have to list a gift card on fucking OKX and be like, hey, does anyone want to buy 20 Ordi? It's like, no. You're like, something's popping, you could liquidate it and move to the next and rotate. And we'll be I believe, you know, there's a lot of people working towards this, but it's so funny. People do these raises and they're like, all right, we just raised 5 million, hiring a Bitcoin dev. It's like, no, like, we're so lucky to have Hath and everyone else on the team, but specifically Hath is like really honed in on Bitcoin core development. And I'm still learning from him, but like, we've been a year in this game. Like, we've been building on it for a full year. And like, I believe in like 6 months, everyone will know what we know. because it'll just be
Yeah.
there'll be more documentation, there'll be more of that, but there's no reason for us to rush right now. But mainnet, our goal is a week after the happening to allow everyone to rush and fail. I hope they succeed. I truly do. But we just want to take notes and just see, and I believe the first week is going to be token accumulation, not too much rotation or providing LP. So I just want people that are because the people that are saying they're going to be live, those guys are most likely like vaporware or like some other shit. So I just want those people to just kind of have their eat their words a little bit, and then a week after, we'll be rolling out mainnet.
Quality,
Nice.
baby.
I
That's
love
the only
it.
way.
I love it.
All right. Everybody in the audience, make sure you put your questions in the chat. We'll get to those in the Ordinal after hour. But we got Bunzi and Hike here with Omnisat, and they're doing amazing things here. And with runes and the having being the topic here, what are some tips that you guys can give for people that are preparing to do this runes trading? I saw Bunzi, you had a post I think that you wrote out. You can talk a little bit about that.
I've been trying to write stuff out more because I've been actively going to these conferences to not only meet people, but I'm just genuinely into this stuff. So I would do this whether I was working on a project or not.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's like, holy shit, wow, you're kind of well spoken. I just thought you put mullets on things. So I was like, fuck, I guess you gotta
You did put a lot of mullets on a lot of stuff last year. I remember that.
I did do that. But no, I did write a few threads about it. But yeah, essentially what I'm doing, not financial advice. Actually, I always want to say it, financial advice. I just wanted to see a YouTube video, the guy's just all right, financial advice. But no, I wallets, splitting up UTXOs, also staggering out my BRC20s and getting the transfers ready, because there is going to be activity there. What I mean by that is you need to get your BRC20s into a transfer state if you want to list them and sell them. So I'm doing all that pre-work before the mempool gets completely demolished. So what I mean, to do those things, it takes a transaction and you need to pay a fee. And I think fees are going to be it's going to be a bloodbath. And there might be some reorgs too. It's going to be, that's why I'm let everyone that wants to, rush. Because as you guys know, Shizzy, dude, you were fucking LP for this stuff on testnet months and months ago.
Yeah, man.
I really hope
about it every day. He talks about his Omnisat points that he thinks he's acquired.
Dude, man stacking. But I hope I don't eat my words one day, but I do think good things do take time, and it's really ironic in this this market and in industry to stand by that. But I'm super confident in our team, and especially just all the OGs that we have that know us and know our what we're about. I do think that these VC funded whatever LARP vaporware companies aren't going to be able to compete. So but again, a part of me does hope I'm wrong. I do want some other successful swaps to come out in LP because it's a cool product. It's a very needed thing. So
Definitely.
Much respect to everyone else that's building, but yeah.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit too, because people are prepping for runes and stuff. But one of the main topics, and you hit on, was splitting the UTXOs. Could you go into a little bit more detail on how that benefits people?
Yeah, I've had to tell multiple people on the team about this. So think about it like a freeway. You have one UTXO. Think about the mempool. I actually have a graphic about this. I'm posting a thread about it once we release our UTXO splitter. So when you have maybe the highway, we'll get to that. Well, think about it like $100 bill. Remember, everyone's it's like writing on money when you inscribe, right? So if you have a $100 bill and you want to etch something, you send that into the mempool. That means you can only make one etch, and then you have to wait for that to settle to make another one, because then you'll get it back. Because the way it's a UTXO, it's an unspent Bitcoin transaction that you're throwing in there. So what splitting them up allows you to do is like, hey, I have $100 and I want to inscribe 10 things in one block. You're going to go to the cashier and say, hey, I want 10 10s. And now you have 10 $10 bills. And you're like, all right, I'm going to etch on this one, and throw them all in the mempool. And that allows you to do multiple things or inscriptions in one block. And why that's important is the way Bitcoin works is first. So it doesn't matter, like, so if you want to get a bunch of them off, and it's just like BRC20s, like you can maybe only do 1,000 at a time, and you might want to do a few of those. So get your UTXOs, get your little dollar bills to draw on and inscribe on, set up, and then your BRC20 transfer states. What I do with, say I had or does that make sense before I go to BRC20?
Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
makes complete sense. Yeah, and so like what we've been doing or saying is that like you can act like, so send a certain like little amounts to different wallets as well to kind of set those up like fresh wallets.
That's the real alpha. That's the real alpha, because some of these tools aren't sophisticated enough to know which UTXOs are the best ones to use, and you don't get to select them. So I completely agree with that. It's a little bit more expensive because you're paying full transaction fees, where when you split it, it's, yes, you're getting hit for each one. But I think what I'm doing is I have like 10 wallets that I'm getting 10 UTXOs into each. So that's like, but again, I'm like a degen, dude. I'm like,
but that's the difference between like UTXO model and accounting based tokens, right? Because like on Unisat, you don't necessarily have to wait as long, right? Like, don't they? Because Unisat just indexes the mempool well. Okay.
They just display it quickly to you. That doesn't mean you have it. It's in the mempool, but that sniping thing. But with UTXOs, no, it's the same. You know, when you send Bitcoin to a wallet, it kind of it displays before it's kind of available.
Yeah.
Because so that's like indexing the mempool. So is that what you're?
Yeah. So you covered it. Basically, Unisat is indexing the mempool, getting ahead of the actual before that transaction goes through. The block goes through.
Confirmed, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then you were about to get into kind of like the transfer ready state for BRC20.
So what I've done is like with Pups token and Ordi and some of these other ones that I feel like, are going to, and especially ones that are like doing the pre-run stuff, is like I set them up like, say I have 100 pups. I set 20, I split it up like 20, 20, 20, 30 or whatever. And I kind of do it like spot sales. Like I stagger them, like I floor one, I put one at like a 5x, one at a 10x, because like I can't watch every token. So like if it rips, you have these different small amount of transfers that sell at these different clips. So it's like setting spot sales on like an order book. You're like, all right, I want to, it's like BRC20s are clunky, but at the same time, if you use them correctly, they're kind of dank. Yeah.
Kind of dank.
Does that make sense? Or like,
no, it does.
Perfect sense. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. One thing you said was we're talking about this right now. Actually, you said have them ready in this transfer state. Why do you think the rotation is going to happen? And we did see that last little BRC20 cycle or bull run with ARC20s and other tokens, to where like BRC20s people made a lot of money and then they started buying Atom and all these other like atomical tokens. Is that what you kind of see happening here with like runes replacing BRC20s and then people making that money and then they're
that's basically tough to say. That's tough to say because BRC20s came out when there was no other one. So we saw the BRC20 killer a lot of times, but this one, it's from Casey. It's UTXO model. It does have technically more sound technology until BRC20 programmability really gets like matured and pushed to mainnet. So this one's going to be interesting because now there's a fungible token. Before it was just like the king entered and then a whole bunch of people were just like, no. But they all kind of, I don't know, they'd never accomplished the same thing. Like the data's in, like none of them really did. But runes is going to be interesting because now there's like liquidity in these tokens, And especially after the halvening, like Pups is just gonna dump the BRC20 because they got their rune token now. So there's gonna be a lot of arbitrage moments, and just it's PvP and just like people are gonna want more liquidity. They're like, oh my god, this fucking rune's pumping, and by the time they list their BRC20, and no one buys it because they don't like. Hopefully, Omnisat's live. They don't do it all in the first week, but is like they're gonna be like, oh, I need Bitcoin. So they're gonna like floor a lot of their shit because we're not on. I think this event is onboarding a lot of Ethereum people, but it's still the same group of users. Like we're not like this isn't mass adoption. Like it's still like that sounds like kind of like a bummer, but it's still the same people. And not everyone has endless money, so they have to liquidate some assets and they're gonna buy new ones. So I do think price on BRC20s and even ordinals will start to drop a bit, or like because people just will want more Bitcoin to buy these green candles. It's weird. People love to buy green candles.
Very
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we've been saying on the show for a while. Like obviously things are going to go up against the dollar, but down against Bitcoin, right? Because I'm thinking we're going to be in a super cycle. And I think 2026 is when we're going to see the peak. I think that this is going to be an insane 700K peak for Bitcoin. I think there's not enough Bitcoin and there's too many buyers, and I think we're really going to fly. What is your prediction for this cycle?
What do you think? I'm talking.
I mean, I got my head into the pixels every single day, and I love that I have Bunzi on my side who just helps me. And I think that's also just a tip on my end. Like, if you do something very extensive for every single day throughout the week, get yourself a good buddy that you can trust, not financial advice, of course. Someone just like that has the place, that does the place that you want to tap into. Then you can do that while you do the work, and then you got the. That's when you truly create a green candle on your side.
Bars.
I think I was thinking maybe like I was thinking 120K. I'm pretty conservative.
Wow,
right there.
You're not bullish enough, bro.
Dude, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but dude, the trade just seems too easy and too clear. It's like every happening, it's done something pretty significant. I know
700K. That's
no. I don't know. I think I don't. I do.
Happen.
I do think we arrived there. Don't get me wrong.
at some point.
But like,
Sure.
dude, if I know that like the happening number goes up, bro, there's way smarter people than me with a lot more money. Like they're going to definitely manipulate this market. It's one of the easiest markets to manipulate to some degree. But I don't know. I'm just like my tinfoil hat's on, and it's like, all right, if every happening it goes up, this many people are now acknowledging Bitcoin. I do think we see a little bit of a sell-off, but then all the activity, just the supply and demand of half the amount of Bitcoin going into emission, and this is a significant half. Like now we're going to like 3 Bitcoin reward. I don't know exactly the number, but
3.
This is a chunky one. Like what? Because once you get like the law of halves, like you start to get to like pretty insignificant numbers.
Yeah.
We're still in like some juicy ones where like half of 3 Bitcoin. That's a lot per block. So it's like the buy pressure is going to hit. So I don't know.
And the increase.
I don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah, and the increase of Bitcoin's price percentage also goes down every halving too, right? Because it's a larger number, right? So, but that being said, let's say, yeah, it definitely does. You can see the chart. But like with that being said, even if it gets cut in half, the percentage of increase, you're still looking at probably like 500K, 600K. You know, it's just a larger number you're dealing with. But like for me, I'm in between you guys and Shizzy to where like I would be extremely happy with like $150,000 to $250,000 Bitcoin. I think like that's like, you know what I mean? Like even in 2025. And so, but you know, like you said,
I have a question for you guys. What do you think block 1 on the happening? What do you think the fees are going to be?
2,769.
That's a good guess.
I think that's the V-byte. That's the V-byte.
That's my V-byte.
Yeah, that's actually I agree with that. I actually agree with the last 2 things both you guys said. I'm with you.
Yeah.
on the. I do think we're gonna see it, but I just wanted to voice that because it is like the voice in the back of my head. It's like, you know, if it's that obvious, dude, come on, like.
Well, that's the thing, though, is a lot of people are thinking like you now. A lot of people are going to exit their Bitcoin at 150K to 125K. Larry Fink and the BlackRock boys are going to come in and buy it from you, and then you're going to have to watch it go all the way up.
I think it's the opposite, a little bit. I think they are going to be like, they're going to fabricate a pump, and they're going to sell
make their money.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, I was gonna say, well, you have to also remember, like the Hong Kong ETF, which is really big, that goes live April 30th, right? So so that's also
deep dive in. That's crazy. Oh, I'm gonna go to Hong Kong too. That's gonna be Hong Kong.
That's gonna be a crazy event for y'all.
Yeah, and we'll be live by then, so that's gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
So,
one thing about BlackRock though, real quick, is they were buying houses in 2021 when they were at their all-time high. They didn't give a crap what the price was. They wanted the property, and I think they're finally getting the Michael Saylor ideas in their head about it doesn't matter the price of Bitcoin, because if we hold 30-40% of it, it's going to go up because there's not enough of it coming in online. And same thing with houses. There's not enough houses that are coming out. So they were buying houses when houses were at an all-time high, and they didn't give a crap, and they're just renting them out. And eventually there's going to be places where you can put this Bitcoin to earn yield. And they're seeing that. They're seeing all that.
That shit worked out for them. So they're fucking feeling themselves, and they're like, we did this before. And they got that one dude giving them the number. So, yeah, I mean, but what's dope is I do feel like it's pretty well distributed. I don't know how much of it's stagnant. I'm curious as this continues to grow. But yeah, dormant Bitcoin is also a thing. So I'm super interested to see how that really plays out. But there's literally only, what blows my mind is, dude, Satoshi wrote this and didn't put his ego attached to it. But now trillions of dollars have gone into other chains. And typically with software or any industry, you put money behind things, you can usually outperform the previous product. Dude, it's been over a decade, and Bitcoin's still just like, fuck you. Like, it's because
love it.
Like, you truly think about that. It's kind of like rattling. It's like, it's so cool. And I do think the biggest part is he detached his ego from it. And as humans, we all want, oh, I did this. You look at like people like Craig, where it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't know. Weird example, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I mean, I'm more nervous just because there's so much shit to mint and just so much shit to do that it's like I haven't really sat down and thought too much about price action and stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So you guys got Omnisat. You got this recycling thing that you guys are working on. Is there anything else you guys are working on?
So we'll be working on a whole wallet management, all the tooling that you'll need to participate in DeFi, like the UTXO splitter. When you go to a swap, and if you're swapping a lot, we're gonna be like, hey man, we'll throw up a pop-up, be like, hey, manage your UTXOs. We have a pretty clean UI thanks to this guy. So it's like, it's very, hey, you only have 3 left. We recommend splitting them into these amounts because we know the proper amount. It's simple math of like, how many sats are in your wallet? What's a good amount to split them into? Let's keep you trading. Like if and also let's clean up some of these past sats. But the UTXO bloat is going to be interesting. Like, you think 100 years from now, like people are just gonna be sending Bitcoin with so much random little blobs of data in it that like there's just gonna be so many. It's gonna be trippy. Me and Hath were thinking about that today. Is like, dude, there's just gonna be more and more. Like, there's a world where we run out of things to inscribe. To some degree, it's like, holy shit! Like, there's only so many Satoshis. I know there's a lot, but people are inscribing a shit ton of shit.
Sometimes we call a specific collection like trash or something, right? But like in the far future, it probably will not be because it's a very old artwork at that point.
Bitcoin is real estate. Bitcoin, think about it like real estate. Like BlackRock, we're just inscribing little neighborhoods. I know Yeah, that's a weird analogy, but yeah,
No,
it's
Bitcoin data space is going to be so valuable at that point,
Yeah,
right? That
real
it
estate,
won't
digital real estate.
be looked at as trash. So, yeah, I think you
Yeah.
guys had great points there. But you know, I actually feel really blessed to be in Ordinals the past 12 months because I feel
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
well, not just because of the monetary like
The airdrops,
opportunity,
man,
'cause
it's like,
there's that,
whoa.
but more the wisdom and education that you gained if you're in this
Yeah.
every day in day out like us, right? Like
Dude,
I've never
crypto-
learned on any EVM chain, and I was on a lot of those EVM chains as much as how a blockchain works from like inside out
passion,
as I
dude.
have here.
When you become interested, like when you're younger, you go to school, but you just don't. You're not into it, so you don't learn it. But when you get interested in something, bro, you're like a sponge. But so like I'm the same. Crypto made me financially literate. Before crypto, dude, someone would bring up Wall Street, bonds, long, shorts. I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean? You could just like say it's gonna go up and you could put money up there and it goes down. I was like, how do you open a short and if it goes down, how do you make money? Like I didn't understand it straight up, and I'd shut down the same way when I say, hey, I build on Bitcoin. People are just like, you get that glaze overlook. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That used to be me, finance. But dude, like when you can see the numbers and the data, like my favorite question is like, do you know how many US dollars are in circulation? Does anyone?
I know how much debt we're in. We're 30 trillion dollars in debt, but
even that's such a rounded number. Like
yeah.
with Bitcoin, it's so like, and crypto in general, it's so precise, and that's so like radical transparency. We're not used to it. We're so used to being like kind of lied to straight up, like, and just getting false information, and like just because the news put something red on the screen, everyone's like, oh, we're fucking wrecked. But then you better believe Wall Street opened a bunch of shorts before that. They knew that was going to go live. So it's just like the tables are turning, and we're getting airdrops, baby. No,
I know, man. That's the best part, dude. Is the airdrops and stuff like that. But yeah, we're kind of pretty close to kind of wrapping things up here in a little bit. But like, so last kind of this is not financial advice, but like your picks for the pre-runes winners. Who you got?
Pups, Runestone, Arsic.
Those three. Okay.
Same.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you guys?
That one.
What about you guys?
For me, I think it's definitely going to be Runestone or Pups. What about you, Shizzy?
Not Arsic.
I'm not. I mined Arsic for like 3 months and then sold them. So I do have those tokens. But for me,
wait, do you still get to keep the tokens?
Yeah, I get all the tokens.
Once you transfer it over, you keep them.
For that shit.
Idiot.
Wait, so now you can
that's what I'm
just store it.
saying. Yeah,
There you go.
That's the alpha. You can't mine past the halving, can you?
I don't think so.
Well, people are saying that you're gonna be able to like burn that and get tokens as well. So there's rumors, but there's nothing from the team.
That's a shitty rumor. I'm about to floor those things.
I mean, I did a month ago. I was mining since I got them. So
positive. Are you positive you got to keep the tokens?
So if you go to what is it?
I know.
Ord.com, and you can kind of see your balance, right?
I know,
and then
but
if you
that still
can, that balance is in your wallet.
When the airdrop hits, they can just index and be like, yeah, you don't have it anymore.
True.
Is it written anywhere?
I can still see my balance.
I think we got to get confirmation on that.
I hope you get it. I'm gonna floor half.
We'll see.
I'll sit in the middle with you.
I think that's the play too. The play is when dog drops or when the rune coin drops, people are gonna floor the crap out of them, and I'm gonna be sitting there and I'm gonna be picking them up, right? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna buy other people's bags as well.
Well,
I will say, deal. Let's go.
I will say that Arsic and Tiny Vikings are my two like sneaky ones that could take the top. But like, okay,
Tiny Viking.
Yeah. Last question. Do you think a pre-rune will be? Do you think a pre-rune will be the largest market cap, or it'll come from an unknown coin?
That's a very good question. I do think Runestone's an interesting one because the distribution and how many stagnant wallets and like just seeing how many were listed, like 2% or something. A lot of tokens are going to be stagnant too. Like they're going to be dormant a token. So like, damn, I don't know. I do think one of the first 10 are going to be really, really, like, they're going to
The
push
top
that narrative
dogs.
so hard. Yeah. So actually, one of the first 10, if someone gets like a super dank mimetic coin in there, because dude, they're not going to deal with such intense sell pressure. Like, some of these tokens are going to have to fucking weather a storm, dude. They're going to
Yes,
just be
sir.
like,
Just like the flooding in Dubai.
yeah, that shit was
Oh my
wild.
God.
man,
Yeah, man.
that's awesome.
So,
Is it getting any better out there or no?
oh yeah,
In
it's
Dubai?
yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the wildest thing I've ever experienced in my life, dude. It was so funny. It was like me, Matt from Arch Network, Kevin. We're all in this like Uber. Oh my god, this story is too long, but it's fucking banging.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well-
Go ahead. We got some time. Go ahead. How do you
Alright.
hear it?
All right, so fucking, we get a ride to an event from this dude earlier that day, and like he's not talking too much, but we're talking about Bitcoin and stuff. The last like 2 minutes of the ride, he's like, "I love Bitcoin," and he's like, "Can I make video of this?" And he puts on these glasses and just like starts rocking out, and he's just the homie. Like,
Those baller looking big glasses.
yeah.
like,
And then
full on.
so I'm like, he's like, "Oh, if you need a private ride later, or if you need a ride later, like hit me up." He gives me his WhatsApp. The storm just fucking wrecks no one can get an Uber. So we're leaving the next event, and then we hit this dude up. He's like, everyone's standing outside like refugees, like Uber's just off. And we're like,
Lambos floating in the water.
and I'm just like, "Yo, can you pick us up?" He's like, "Be right there." He picks us up, and we literally drive through, and he has an electric SUV. So while people are like getting fucked and like their air intake's just getting wrecked, he's just like, "Oh," and we're just whipping around. Like, dude, we were like in a submarine, dude. This guy was just going so ham, and was just, the next day I was like, "Dude, thank you so much." And I was like, "Oh, can we get another ride?" He's like, "Oh, I lost my license plate." I was like, "Oh shit." Dude, it was like, dude, there's literally like fucking sports cars. Like, I don't know why you would, like, Maybachs. Like, why would you drive that car in that type of, but like just abandoned and just fucking down so bad. Like up like you thought your ETH bag was down bad. Like these guys just had like this much of their roof showing.
Down
and
bad,
like it was, but yeah, shout out fucking I don't know his name. I call him Monsoon though. He's the homie.
Monsoon. Love it.
Floating Lambos,
All right.
that's a really good.
Oh man.
Yeah,
well,
no.
on that note, guys. No, go finish.
Well,
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. It was cool seeing you out in NY, Shizzy. I think what you guys do is it's so dope, and just the consistency of like seeing the OG, you know, people do the right thing, like having right stewards in this space, because we saw it on Ethereum. Like people start to, you know, lack of a better word, sell out and just, you know, just lead people the wrong way. We see it on crypto Twitter all the time. So I just want to say shout out you guys. You guys have really, I listen to your show all the time. So it's always like I feel like you steer people straight. Like you call us out, you're like, fucking, you're still on testnet.
yeah. Shizzy's good at that call out, but you know, it's needed in this space. Hey, but before you guys head out, you guys head out, we do have one of our community members that has a question for y'all. What is the most where are people talking about the most in Dubai, or like ordinal collections, runes, or BRC20?
Runes.
Okay.
Runes.
All about
there
runes.
you go.
Yeah. It is fucking, people are just shilling their bags so heavy. The dumping is but yeah, I mean, everyone's building something, which is cool. But I am excited to see, I'm excited to see who releases useful tech. And,
we're looking for quality.
Yeah,
For sure, 100%. And your last words on Omnisat to everybody.
Think about all assets. We want it all. Like, we're going for all chains, all fungible token standards, and you'll be able to provide LP in a decentralized way and earn fees on, you know, if you're just going to hold a bag of something, might as well provide LP and earn some interest. So remember impermanent loss, remember these things. But yeah, we're excited to put a piece of tooling out for the people, by the people, where it's a governance model. You know, this thing has the capability of taking a life of its own. So we really just want to push it out there and, you know, get it started, but allow people to be like, yo, we want this to happen, and people can vote, you know, vote with you know, their words and some other stuff a bit sooner. But yeah.
The future is liquid, the future is Omni, and definitely it is going to be orange.
That's true.
Let's go. I just want to thank you guys for building on Bitcoin. Having builders on Bitcoin like you guys just means so much to this. Kind of the reason why we show up every day and we do this show, and we kind of are here and not anywhere else, man. Because people like you guys, really hammering it down. And I can't wait to use the Omnisat. I can't wait to use everything you guys are building. I'm using it on testnet. I can't wait to, because I'm really better than everyone.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You know it's good, but the UI is very similar to Uniswap. I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel. We're just building a DEX. It's provable tech, you know, and yeah, we're excited to get runes in there because testnet's coming first. We're huge on safety and auditing, so runes will be coming. Fuck around with them, and I hope everyone stays safe during the halvening. And if you're rushing, you're probably getting scammed. So slow down and you know, take a breather.
And for the upcoming half a year, we'll have some heavy updates and visuals, I would say. Like, we're going to do some crazy updates.
This guy's he already has V2. He already has V2 created.
V2, and I'm into right now.
We're still on V0 on testnet. And he has
awesome. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, this is the real MVP. This guy, all those pixels you see, you can thank this man.
Including animations.
Including the moving pixels as well.
All right. Well, man, it's been awesome, Hike and Bunzi. We can't wait to you know, cross paths again. We will talk soon, and excited for Omnisat here in the next couple weeks.
Sure. All right, later, fellas. Keep up the good work.
Guys. Take it easy.
Peace. Ciao.
All right. See ya.
You ready to start the show?
I was like,
we got so much to go over, guys.
Yeah. I mean, and guys, we apologize. We know that there was music in the back, but we had to have these guys on. They're just very, you know, important to the space. With, you know, first of all, Bunzi definitely runs in those circles that you want to know knowledge about runes and stuff, and as well as their product that's going to roll out. But yeah, we can extend this to talk about some topics, unless you got
day, bro. That's Bitcoin.
Unless you have to go to a spa day or something. I don't know.
I'll be sitting in this chair for the next 3 days, not changing my shirt, pants, nothing. I haven't changed my shirt in over a year, so we're good. So
yeah, for sure. So I don't know if I think roll call. We're gonna have to skip that
Bitcoin.
one.
No, we'll get into Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah, let's just do it how we normally do it. Let's just kill it.
Let's do it. It is the halving day, guys. So let's jump into, you know, let's keep this going. You know, let's keep this going. I just got to pull my screen back up here. But yeah, I mean, first of all, you know, that was definitely a great, you know, conversation to have with some experienced OGs in the space. Sure. But we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin here and what it's doing on this blessed halving day. Halvening is the event. I think having is the action verb there.
So,
But yeah, so Bitcoin is at 64,500. Looks like it wants to, you know, pump a little bit on the celebratory day of the halving. You know, we're back into buy pressure from the MACD. This is the hour chart. But one thing that I did notice on the daily was yesterday was our first green candle in a long time that we've had. Pulling that up now. But we'll see what happens next, because next is very important. If we have another green candle, that makes me bullish. So if we end the day in the green, then at least we can have some, you know, momentum possibly building up here. But as you can see, like, we had the first green candle after a bunch of red days in a row. So we'll see if this pulls back up here. Maybe we get back to 67K, you know, the next couple days, or it's just a little, you know, pause like this right here, and then we continue red down. I don't know. What's your magic 8-ball prediction for Bitcoin in the next week?
I've been watching a lot of TA guys just because I suck at TA, and I kind of like to use their opinions. But shout out Tyler S. He was calling for this he's like, this is the most perfect bull flag that he's ever seen. So I copied it, I drew it here, and he's thinking we're gonna ride this flag and then we're gonna pump. So this is a range, this is a bull flag, whatever you want to call it, but it's reacting exactly every single time it touches one of the tops or the bottom of this flag, it's going the other way. So you could potentially see what he was saying, potentially see another something like this, back up to 70, back down to 60, and then before we just take off. So, or we could just take off right here. This might be the last time we're in this range. So it's one of the two. That this one takes off in kind of like May, and then this one's here. So he's thinking one of the two things: either we're going to blast off in April or blast off in May. And I could definitely see either one of these happening. But this is a bull flag, bro.
Yeah, I mean, what chart is that? The daily chart? No,
this is the daily. Yeah,
the daily chart. Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks like typical bull flag there. Pin it. So he's saying basically we're either gonna take off right now, or we're gonna go chop a little bit more, and then take off down closer towards middle of May, possibly. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, again, like I just don't stress about Bitcoin. The people that stress about Bitcoin are the ones that like are paying attention. Every once in a while, they have some Bitcoin and they hit me up and say, "What's going on with Bitcoin?" And I'm like, nothing. It's just some people probably selling off, GBTCs probably selling off, but don't text me every other day when Bitcoin is down a couple thousand or back up, and it's like you see like the emotional roller coaster. Like whenever it goes up 6,000, they're like, hell yeah, Bitcoin, and then whenever it goes down like 4,000, like what's going on with Bitcoin? I'm like, come on, guys, you got to have a little bit more emotional control than that.
I just say, the CEO got arrested. So that's all I say. The CEO of Bitcoin got arrested. He's in jail right now. So, and that usually makes him go away, and so they don't ask me to buy it, and then they can't get mad at me if it dips, or call me and say, should I sell? Should I sell? Because that's the worst. When they call me, they say, should I sell? And I'm just like, dude, I don't know.
I'm not even paying attention to that right now.
I'm not selling right now. I'm not selling until 2026. So you can do whatever the hell you want to do. But it's going to be a long roll call. But I think
it's going to be a long roll call. But let's be efficient with the roll call. The roll call.
Okay.
The roll call.
All right, ready?
Yep.
So first is first. We got Mike's World in the building. Yep. Mike is number one. Shout out Mike's World. I think it might be a second time. We should start writing this down. Who was first? But that's a big deal. We got a couple of new members. Shout out Lewis Black Deville. Welcome to the membership. We'll have member videos today. We're probably going to make a member video before the halving, after the halving, tomorrow, Sunday. So get ready for a bunch of those videos, exactly what we're doing. And they're probably going to be us accumulating, and we'll tell you exactly what we're accumulating. We're in a lot of chats and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of alpha for you guys on that. So if you're not a member, think about it. But we do have another member. We have AW in the building. AW,
let's go.
Thank you for becoming a member. And we have one more here. James ripping into the YouTube membership, man. Thank you so much for becoming a member. But 3 members in one show. Thank you guys so much. And then we got Yazir in the building, of one of our longer members. Yazir, always here. Love you, buddy. And he said, I'm in second place now. Yes? Yeah, you're second. I agree. DGen Italian, welcome to the show. DWS, Danny Boy, Cheaty. Oh, else we got? We got Ethereum Blockchain in the building. Mr. Sheedy again. Bitrens, Wendy Yam. We got, like I said, James Rippin, Mats, Chain Watcher, Jason Guzal, Rick G, Tobo. Then we got Pelpa. Then we got Breck Road, Sak Johannes. Who else? AOD Art, Tim. Thank you as always, my friend. Chief Axel in the building. FadCon, Kala, Beck Road again. Cryptocurrencies in the building. Ant-Man. I think I said Patty Poo, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'll say it again. Pelpa. Who else? I Walk Patty Alone Poo. In the building. And we got Tree City West the entire week so far. Every single day this week. Tree City West has been in here, just like a lot of you other guys for sure. D-Love. Crypto Hot News. You've been here all week again. Who else? We got Google Me B in the building. Reduan, Vinny, welcome to the show. And we got Expectar in the building. B Spectar, welcome to the show. B Spectar, the Bitcoin version of Expectar. So then we have FadCon again, Mancia. It's hard to remember like who has said, but Sayin, Kal-El, Igor, who else? So ASO. And that's it. That's the roll call for today. I hope I was efficient to your standards, sir.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So obviously today's show is extended, and we're doing that because it's the halving day, guys. It's a celebratory day. We're gonna have a live later on tonight for the people that maybe missed this one, but we're gonna just jump into it like regular. So make sure you're putting your questions in the chat, guys. We want to get to y'all's questions. That's one of our favorite parts of the show. So make sure that you are putting questions in the chat, and we will get to those. But let's jump right into it, man. Runes is 8 hours away. What tools are we using for runes? But first, let's talk about 8 hours away runes. Okay, so the day has come. We are up on this. The clock is ticking down to the halving block, and then runes protocol released on mainnet. What are you most excited about runes? Obviously, halving block is the same time period, but what are you most excited about? One thing, if you had to pick one thing.
Just having fun again, honestly. Like I truly enjoy this stuff. So yeah, I'm here for the monetary gains. Obviously, I'm here because I love Bitcoin, and kind of like with Bunzi said about it just being ours, right? Like it's finally we can change something, and we're it's such a small area that our voice really matters, and everyone here voice matters on Bitcoin, and we're making something out of nothing, and something like runes, which is brand new. Yeah, it's gonna be fun accumulating tokens and selling high and buying low, right? So that's the fun part, and I'm excited for that. But really, it's just being a part of something that I'm here day one for, right? I think that's the biggest joy that I have. It's not anything else really besides just being here super early, like having that memory in 10 years when I was like, oh, I was there when Runes first started, because I think Runes is the one that lasts all the way to two halvings from today, and some of the other ones won't make it, but I think Runes will be the true winner, and being a part of something that I truly believe will be the true winner. It's an historic moment. I think today is, man, it's huge.
Yeah. And for me, for Runes, the thing that I'm excited about most is having that like adrenaline rush, right? Come back for like the casino.
Yeah.
I don't know, that probably just told everybody that I'm like a huge degen, but that's okay, because like what happens is like also the community bonding happens during that too, because people are trying to talk about, oh, this token has this project behind it, there's gonna be news coming through, oh, did you do extra research on this and that, and so that I love that, because like, and then I'm gonna have my daily runes market caps, so that takes a little time every morning, but I loved doing that. It did get out of hand at one point. I was doing every single metal protocol fungible token, but that's going to be good too. So but with that being said, what tools are we using for runes, guys? What tools are we using? And we have a couple that we want to go over, and I'm going to share my screen here. So the first site that I want to bring up is runesterminal.io. Okay, so this is a website that's everything runes, is the whole point that this project is about, right? And you can see right here, RuneScan is one of the first blocks here, and this is runescan.io, which I don't know, it's not showing up for me right now. Maybe they're updating it, but this was working yesterday. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so this site is going to show you the runes tickers that are live, right? So this is testnet, obviously, but you can see here, these tickers are going to be long. Casey did that intentionally, right? To make it a minimum, I think, of 13 characters. But you'll be able to see them here, and then with their runes number next to it. And I think you emphasize that the number is the most important thing, right?
Yes, that numbers being up here. These are the ones that I want, right? Obviously, this is test nets, so these aren't the real ones. But I want everything you see on this page. The further you go down, the less and less I want it.
Yeah. So they'll have them in sequential order in terms of numerical order here, 1 through the larger numbers all the way down. But this will be very helpful for you to know, like, what's first, what's second, what's in the top 10, right? And then you can start to search those on the marketplaces. So that's that from this site. They eventually will have like a runes etcher, right? But that's what we're going to use it mainly for, is the RuneScan site. And then you're going to have Genie data, which will also have a runes tab. It's not ready yet, but they will have a runes tab. They already announced. And so they're going to be able to kind of show, what's hot you're going to see in the protocol right here, you'll see runes, and then you'll see under mint, they'll probably have like an etch option here to see what's being etched, right? Like what's the new tokens that are being etched. Deployed is what that means. So what, this is not ready yet, obviously, but once it is, this is going to be a resource that we heavily use as well, right? Then we're going to go to some marketplaces. Obviously, Sathunter is one that we're going to be using to actually etch our runes, right? Do you have any information on what that's going to be like?
Yeah, I was talking to Francis last night. Talked to him for about an hour, and he was just kind of going over everything with me and about Sathunter and stuff, walking me through how to use it and everything, so I can kind of show you guys what's going on with it. But yeah, it's pretty simple. You just kind of go up there. You just want to hit. There's going to be a runes tab probably within the next couple hours, and you're just going to go to inscribe, and then you can etch or whatever. So. And if you obviously, if you use if you have a Sathunter ordinal, you're not paying zero. You're paying zero fees. So that's something that think about if you want to avoid the fees. So, but that's something you have to make that decision. So,
yeah. And then also for secondary purchases, I know like I'm going to be using Magic Eden because for in terms of right off the bat, just because. Yeah, I'm probably not going to purchase right off the bat because I want to see, what's going on. I'm going to watch, but like they already have like over like multiple times have posted on their Twitter and X that they're going to be ready for runes. And when that happens, it's going to, there's some that already have partnered with them and have announced it, like RBGO, which is BRC20. A couple others said that it's day one, we're going to be on here. So what is that going to look like? Right. So that's one. And then also, I am under the thinking that Magic Eden, Unisat, those two large entities are going to be more for the Western side of the world. That's going to show which tokens are hot for that. And then for the Eastern side, like China, I think OKX is. I don't know what your opinions on that, but like OKX obviously had the hottest BRC20s. And so from the Chinese communities, right? And those pumped like hard. So I think what we're going to do is try to set up like a runes command center in our Discord. We're going to have people watching OKX and people watching Unisat and Magic Eden. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just kind of seeing where the cheapest ones are, right? Before you buy anything, take a quick look and see where something else is. But you might not have the time. If you're gonna sit there and penny and nickel, then that's probably not worth it. But if you see something that's like $100 cheaper or $200 cheaper, then maybe that's the way to go. But it's just before you buy anything, just take a quick look at the other big guys. Let's see what the prices are on some of those as well. So we'll see.
Yeah. One that's going to be interesting is Rune Pro. This is not like saying you guys should use this or anything, but they are going to have the ability for you to offer listings. So let's say you wanted to purchase like this Peng token and you didn't want to pay the floor price of $7.13 per Peng. You could put a listing up that you wanted to buy for like $5. And if someone wanted to sell it, they could just sell you their Peng tokens, right? So there's going to be the buy side and sell side liquidity or listings, I should say. So that could be a great option, right? It's something that I'm probably going to mess around with just to see how well it works. I'm not going to do any huge purchases, probably small purchases on it first, and see if it could be a contender. If it can, that's great. They do have a TGE, I believe, Runes token that's going to be coming out later. So that's something to keep your eye on as well. Not financial advice. But yeah, so those are the tools that we're going to be using. Any tools I left out? Anything that
you left out a big one. You left this one right here. So this is ordinals.com. This is Casey's website. So basically, as the runes are coming, you're going to be able to see them right here. They're all just going to show up, right? You're going to see exactly what they're minting or what they're deploying and stuff. So you will have an edge. And obviously, if you hit this little square right here, well, not obviously because it took me a while to find it, but if you hit this little square right here, it takes you to the actual rune page. It's kind of something like Yagobi showed with Runes Terminal, where you're going to have all the ones in order. And right now, there's only uncommon goods. And I don't know if Runes Terminal is going to be up to tonight, but I know for a fact that
This will be
ordinals.com already has. So, and if you click it, which is pretty cool, and this is one thing I want to stress to you guys. If you see something with a pre-mine, stay away from it. We're not in anything with pre-mines. Because Casey made it so you can pre-mine 30%, pre-mine 50%, and then put the rest out. We're not touching the pre-mines. We're not touching the pre-mines. So, and that was something that I learned on the Bankless show when Casey was on there. So if you want to go hear that yourself, go watch the Bankless episode. But this is it right here. So it's supply, pre-mine, burned, what's this? Visibility symbol. What does that mean?
Divisibility, like if you can divide it by maybe decimal points.
Oh,
I'm not
okay,
sure.
that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Symbol, turbo, etching, right? So this is it, 000. So I guess it'll be like 001 and stuff like that. Yeah. So we want to stay away from anything that has this on it. Do not mint this. Let's just kind of give them the middle finger. Pre-mine.
Okay, pre-mine. Yeah, pre-mine.
Yeah. So
yeah, so I was gonna
stay away from pre-mine.
To your point, Bunzi made a good point when we had him on. Is like the big success of BRC20 was the fair and distributed tokens of minting. So that's why we're not big on these pre-mine, because someone could literally pre-mine 30-40% and then dump on you guys, or like if the ones that like could be more safe are the ones that completely pre-mine everything and they're doing an actual like IDO event, right? Like a project behind it, but the ones that are going to pre-mine, percentage, just do your research. For us, like Shizzy said, we already predetermined we're not going to probably get into any of those. So
yeah, man. So just let's be careful. Tune into our show. If you're not a member, become a member, because we're going to be going over like which ones are pre-mined. We're going to be doing the work for you. I'm going to put a lot of these videos out. Stay away from this. We're looking at this, and none of it will be financial advice. So if you do follow us in it, we're not the brightest crowns in the box, but we're in that box, right? We're in the box. We're in the box. But that's what I mean. We're not going to make all the right decisions, but we're going to make the decisions that we think are right in that moment. So
yeah, no, agreed. All right, well, let's get in a bit of just ecosystem news. Ordzar Pass is live and is now live trading on Magic Eden.
Is it trading?
Yeah, it's trading here on Magic Eden. If you go to Ordzar Pass and you go to the 10-minute, you can see it's trading at 0.0278, which is pretty high. But they did announce that there's some pretty big plans for it. In terms of, I don't know how much we are able to divulge, but give out, but let's just say
it might be some shiny thing inside of it, right?
Yeah, possibly. and I know that that team is building. Man, I gotta hand it to Nikib, man. The guy knows how to build. He is definitely a networker, like in terms of like his personality. And this is a great start to this pass. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is cheap. I'm probably gonna pick some of these up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna wait for it. Looking like the hour. It's been about a full hour now since it's been trading live, so it's probably getting to one of its lowest points probably. So if I can get this under 0.02, that would be nice. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Good point. And like I said, they have some big plans. We've definitely heard about some of them. I'll just leave it at that. In terms of like, go ahead.
It just looks cool too. Like I like the old floppy.
The old floppy disk. Yeah, that is pretty dope, I will say. I don't know if there's like a benefit on their current platform, but I think there is. And then also if you claim those tokens that were like the points like on their platform before, if you did that. If there's going to be a connection with that, that's not official. I just remember hearing a little something about that, but should be interesting on where this goes. And I think you guys are going to be pretty amazed of what they have planned in terms of platform.
Yeah, dude. We know exactly what they're planning, and we are hype on that, man. But real quick though, we did get something from our man Patty Pooh.
Let's go.
Appreciate you boys. Still love you, Shizzy, even though you've been crapping all over my BRC20 sats and already back. Sorry, bro. Bro, you're going to thank me one day when you make this transfer inscription and you just let them go, because then you're going to be buying runes with that same money and you're going to be like, Shizzy, man, You are the best, man. Yagobi was steering me wrong, telling me to buy BRC20s, and you were sitting there, and none of the financial advice, but you were sitting there, and you said, "Yo, get the runes, bro. Get the top 10 runes with that money." But shout out, Patty.
I would
We
say
appreciate you, buddy.
stick to your intuition, your gut. It's the reason why it got you to where we are today.
Yeah.
So I will say that. All right. Let's see. Let's go to. Oh, this is really, really, really big news, guys. The Merle token, which is a BRC20, is trading live. So guys, you know, you waited, you staked the seal, you waited, and you were able to claim your tokens. And I checked my wallet, and the distribution that I was supposed to get, I have gotten and received. So
yeah,
I'm excited about that. It looks like there was a dump though.
I was actually an idiot this morning. I did something stupid. I put I didn't cheat. No. I didn't, nothing wrong, but like I put the contract address in my Ethereum. I didn't change it from Ethereum to Merlin because we were doing Ethereum stuff the other day.
Same address though.
And yeah, but it was showing a 0 because the contract came up, but I didn't have anything in my Ethereum wallet, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it, I'm like, where is my coins? This is bullshit. I'm checking it. I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized I was on Ethereum and not Merlin. So I switched to Merlin and my coins were there. And I was like, oh crap. I felt stupid. So even I make stupid mistakes. But I'm gonna show my screen here really quickly. We got Merlin, man.
Mine is showing 0 though on the Merlin too. But like when I go to Merlin swap, I'm seeing them.
You probably don't have the right contract address. You probably put the wrong one in. Yeah, go to bitmap.tech and then grab the address that he posted and then put that one in. Because there are
Twitter.
He did, yeah. So
Okay.
if you guys need the address, grab it from him. But this is the chart right here. So you can kind of see, obviously, it does what it always does. It popped up to about $1.80, came back down to about the low. Now it's just kind of ranging here. It looks like it's ranging here, but it is going down, but that is very normal with an airdrop, right? So I think this bottom is in here. I don't see me really getting. I was hoping to get under $1, but I just don't see it. I think the people who are going to sell have already sold, and we might see a breakout here of this. This might be a buying opportunity if you haven't gotten any. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see on that, but
yeah,
this could break this and kind of head up for sure, back up to where it was
that
today.
Definitely worked when you add the contract address from it's at bitmap tech on Twitter. So you should see all your tokens in there once you add that. But yeah, so that's exciting. Yeah, I mean, this is something that, like you said, was expected. And something that was really cool is that, like, if you go to surf.one, you can actually trade leverage for these tokens. So if people that were probably, much better traders than us anticipated a dump, they were able to short Merle and probably make some good money on there. But like I definitely wouldn't short that for too long, because I do expect there to be this resurgence of Merlin Chain. It's not going to be now because everything's runes, but maybe here in the next month or two, we'll see. There's a lot of new these big protocols that we were waiting to launch. They're launching, like Surf and then Bitzard and stuff like that are starting to happen. So
yeah, man. What do you think about this? Think it's possible? I'm going to bounce out of here.
I don't think it's going to happen so quick. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but once it, I think Merle is going to have to wait for two things. One, the volume, the activity on Merlin Chain to increase, or two, alt season to happen. And both of those can just propel Merle right away. But 100%. The alt season is going to take some time, I think, until Bitcoin gets, probably like a good percentage over the previous all-time high. People aren't going to get like super FOMO about Bitcoin and crypto until Bitcoin, in my opinion, is at like 90, 100, probably past that $100,000 mark. Then people are like, oh, I can't buy Bitcoin, but what can I buy that's cheaper? I can buy Merle, or I can buy Stacks, or I can buy this, right? And so that's when I think that happens.
Speaking of Stacks works as a if like a leverage play for Bitcoin, right? So when Bitcoin goes up, Stacks flies. When Bitcoin drops, Stacks dumps hard. So I think Merlin's actually going to become a better leverage play because it's more risky, right? You're gonna look at Merlin kind of like the way you see Ordi. But I think Merlin actually has stuff behind it, right? It's not just a meme coin of BRC20. This is actually a token that you can use for governance on the Merlin chain. China's looking at this token as they want to control governance of their chain. They call Merlin their chain, and they're looking for governance of it. So they're probably going to come in here and start buying this Merlin token up. They're going to want to get as much of it as possible to be able to control the governance when the governance is available. So I think once Jeff announces the governance roles and how governance works and how you can stake your Merlin on the chain safely and earn a yield, I think that's when you really see Merlin start to fly. I think Merlin can hit, not financial advice, between $6 and $10 by the end of the by the end of the run. Bitcoin's up there of around 500K, 700K. You might be able to see this at like $20. So I'm going to be holding all my tokens. I got a nice big bag of it, and I want to thank Jeff and the entire Merlin team for putting on this amazing 20% of the entire supply to people who staked, and I was one of them, and very happy about that. So
yeah. And for those that are wondering about the unstaking of the Bitcoin Layer 1 assets, I did get some feedback from Jeff and his team saying that a few days after the halving is what they're looking at. They're working on it 24/7 because they got to make sure, these assets are safely bridged back to your wallets and all that stuff. But another thing too, for the Merlin token, I think that, having stuff like BRC or Bitmap 420, if that becomes a success, that will help, because that's an initiative that's, being backed by Merlin, as well as there's some news that BRC420.com will have a very needed makeover and kind of a marketplace that will be more UX and stuff like that. So those are some updates that I think that people don't realize, that Layer 1 connects with Merlin, in that way. And we just need to see those things happen, and then I think things start to get more bullish for sure.
100%. I couldn't agree more.
All right. This has been kind of a hot little topic here.
Oh,
CyberKongz airdrops Prometheans, a pre-rune collection by CyberKongz. So this actually was something that I started to see on my timeline, but the price of this kind of jumped up. I was like, what is this? Freaking looks like a compass, like a nautical compass or of some sort. But I believe they airdropped this to runestone holders, I believe. But
yeah,
the price is
so it wasn't just runestone holders. If you had a goosenal, if you had a frog, if you had a so definitely check those wallets. There was a bunch of stuff.
Frogs?
Let me just make sure, because they have it on their Twitter. I was looking at it this morning. But you got to remember too, there's what, 100,000. You know what I mean? Like you even if you did have one of these projects,
you probably didn't get one.
Yeah, you probably didn't get one. So, but they did do a fair thing there. Let me see, make sure it's
distribution.
Yeah. So it was. Where are you? I saw you this morning.
Nevertheless, I mean, go ahead.
It was a huge list. Let me just show it here. We had runestones, ordinal miners, honey badgers, goosenals, golden ratio, quantum cats, book of blob, puppets, booze, maxiviz, r6, OG fan, bitblocks, wizards of ord, the shadow hats, apostles of creed, Bitcoin frogs, Bitcoin shrooms, pizza ninjas, and node monkeys. So if you had any of these, look in that wallet. Very slim chance that you did get one, but you might have got one.
So I thought that was just saying a thank you to these previous projects or something. But
no,
did they drop?
I was told that this is the group that got them. Gotcha.
All right, we got 336 people in here. We appreciate you spending your Friday morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are with us. We will have a live going on 30 minutes pre-halving block, and then that's going to be lit because that's when Runes gets initiated as well. But yeah, so I think this last topic we'll hit on here, because I'm not going to hit on that one that you
Come
put
on, let's
in
hit it.
there.
Let's do the final one, the last one ever on the
I will
show,
not.
man.
I will not. But Magic Eden collection, digital collection update in terms of is this the offers?
I was just
collection
saying
offers?
what the prices were of the ones that are really popping right now. So
Gotcha. Okay, well then you start because I guess we'll do the other one. I just got to rename the title of it.
no, I mean it's true. It's going to be the last one ever. We're never going to do a BRC20 update ever again because they're dead. R.I.P.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
They are,
right.
bro. You just got to realize, bro. But
No,
these ones are
I'll
not
never.
dead. These will be here forever. We got the Bitcoin Wizard sitting at 0.396. Runestone. What am I? I'm on a 10-minute. What am I doing? I'm on the 7-day now. We got Runestones 0.0067. Is today the last day Runestones will be in the top spot?
I believe so. I
Yeah.
mean, like it has dumped pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not though, because it is going to take time for that. Like, I think once Leonidas announces like the snapshot or whatever, like that's it. That's whenever it'll tank, in my opinion. Because at that point, like, what are you going to benefit from it, right? So he probably won't announce like a snapshot date. He'll probably try to keep it going, and maybe he just doesn't. Maybe whenever he actually does a snapshot right then and there, he'll announce it. Snapshot taken right now or something.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure.
But it definitely looks like it's starting to crumble a little bit.
Yeah, 6.7 and get all the way down about 6.1 earlier today. Room Pups in that second spot sitting at 0.127. Then we have the Puppet sitting at 0.369. Promethean sitting at 0.031. No Monkeys sitting at 0.399. R6 sitting at 0.079. R6 has been up only. I'm curious if there's some type of news that is coming for that. Bitcoin Wizard sitting at 0.396. Ape Odyssey sitting at 0.027. Quantum Cat sitting at 0.384. Udi put out a thing yesterday saying unlist your Quantum Cat or pay the price. So we will see what that means. It's probably going to be a rune. Ordinal Maxibit sitting at 0.44. Alu, the Pandas, one of my favorite projects right now. Down bad here, but I think this is a great price, not financial advice. Stay away from the pink ones. I think the pink ones are they're like floor. All the pinks are on the floor for this project. But yeah. And that is your digital market update with the Rune node 0.05. I think next week these look a lot different. I think a lot of liquidity is going to be pushed out of these and into runes within the next 24 hours. And if you're sitting with a lot of Bitcoin, you potentially can pick up some of these very, very fairly cheap. So
yeah, those wizards, man, they've been pumping. They're at like almost 0.4. So
let's look. How many is in the collection? I think it's small, right? Yeah, only 1.3. So, whew. Man, that was a mistake by us. Well, it is what it is.
I mean, for the longest time, they were just like down. You know what I mean? But that's what happens in this game is that like something that has been down for a long time will resurrect, and that's why I'm still got my frogs, and we'll see what happens with them. Let's go to the BRC20 update here. And
the final BRC20 update ever on the show. It's
never.
all over.
And for the number one spot is a pre-rune, I believe. I think did they announce Wizard announced that they're gonna do it? Okay, yeah. So Wizard is in that number one spot with a $167 million market cap for a BRC20 is crazy. Pups at $500 million market cap. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see what happens to these once runes is deployed. Zbit comes in at number 3 at $52 million market cap. So this one's actually still kind of affordable, I feel like. It's still high. I wouldn't want to buy into that if I'm looking for anything higher than probably a 10x. And then you have PIIN here at number 4 at almost $24 million market cap. The volumes on these have been actually increased a little bit here, which is crazy, right before runes, right? 15% with Wizards, 13% with Pups, 47% with Zbit, and then 40% with Pin. Then you have Pi here, kind of breaks that green increase there, down 1.58%, sitting at 60.77 million. Sola, not familiar with this one, but 233,000 for their market cap there. LFG, $54 million market cap, up 50%. I don't know if there's some news with that. You have Pizza at number 8, up 3.07%, $27 million market cap. Corn is at $10 million market cap, down 21.66%. You have Rune coming in at number 10 with $2.64 million market cap, down 33.68% in volume. And then World Peace, those crazy puppets, sitting at $7.47 million market cap, up 45%. Let's see if there's anything in here. You have AINN, 35.74%, or $35.74 million market cap, up 0.85%. Shid, a community token, looks like from the Shids, obviously, $2 million market cap, down 35%, though. Someone sold that off. SHNT, Shint, up 15.35%. I know they had like a emergency spaces yesterday, and so maybe they had some good announcements. I know that like their passes flew up for sure. So we'll see if their platform increases volume there. But they're at a low market cap here. And then you have Track up 2.54%, sitting at 60.37 million. This has gone down quite a bit, sitting at $2.87. This was at 100 million pretty much for a while. Man, I think a lot of people are just, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Rats is down to $135 million market cap. Man, imagine this was all the way up to 800 million. It really settled in at like 350 to $500 million market cap, back and forth. Then you have Sats at $568 million market cap, up 1.85%. Where's Ordi at on this list? Ordi, where's it at?
Right there? No. I don't know.
Maybe it's at the top.
Oh, Ordi's never on here. You can't buy Ordi here for some reason.
On OKX? That's weird.
I never see it.
Yeah. So Ordi's at 900.
Okay, you can, yeah.
900 and something million dollar market cap. Where's that? Ordi. $988 million. So Sats is about half of Ordi. Those are the two big, horses in this race. And it did trickle down below 1 billion for Ordi. We'll see what happens. I'm surprised it's not lower. I'm actually a little bit shocked it's not lower. Are you not shocked that Ordi's
got some time? I think it gets lower. I think it's a lot lower throughout the day. Ordi and Sats are done.
We shall see. I mean, right at $1 billion market cap doesn't seem done to me. We'll see. We're going to check in periodically with those two. I think that'd be good to check in to see if those two are surviving, because those don't survive, then, I think that's where people can start maybe panicking hard, is if Ordi and Sats are crumbling.
Yeah, man. So my man Rocket throws $5. Appreciate you, Rocket. Rocket was our first member. Outpaced Danny by about 30 seconds, but we appreciate both those guys. That's actually going to be one of the member videos. So if you are a member, before Rune starts, we're going to kind of go over what we already went over, and kind of like more organic way, and kind of give you guys exactly what we're thinking. But we'll put out a pre-Runes video, and then we'll put out a post-Runes video, and then kind of go over what we're doing in those videos. So it should be a fun night. If you're a member, you're going to get a lot of videos within this weekend, so look out for that. So
yes, sir. Appreciate that, Rocket Dog. And we're going to go ahead and go into the after hour now, go to some of these questions that we have, and then address them accordingly. Let's see, he's talked about that already. Oh, this is interesting. From our guy, Ethan228. What's your opinion on Casey's new inscriptions? Those were interesting. There's like 3 child inscriptions, and they're all like weird. Like one is him dressed up as like the Ultimate Warrior. One is I don't know, like a bunch of 80s themed like images of him, and maybe Aaron too. I don't know if Aaron's in there.
Is there a collection somewhere we can see?
Yeah, just go to child, go to it's under inscription 0. They're the child
inscription 0.
Yeah, well, it's inscription 0, and the child inscriptions underneath those. I don't know if you can see.
Ordinal would probably have it, because
yeah, let's see here. See if I can pull this up. Who was it that posted that?
Ord.io. He's still doing a bunch of them. One just came out a little bit ago.
Or did someone redo?
Oh, he might have just redid it. Yeah, haven't had that in a while, but yeah. 0. Did you find them?
Well, I found Inscription 0, but I forgot the site that shows like the
children.
child
right?
inscription breakdown.
I thought it was Ordinal.
Maybe it's Ordinals.
Ordinals.com.
Anyways, if you go to ord.io, you should be able to see the actual inscriptions in there, and you can see that they're like very
Casey.
Yeah, very Casey. So this is one of them.
Okay.
This is one of them right here. So this is a child inscription of Inscription 0. And then there's a couple others as well that he did that was like, I think, yeah, this right here. This is one of them for sure.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what these have to do with Inscription 0 or what he's trying to plan for these, but I think they're weird.
They're all getting a rune. Yeah.
I think they're weird. They could be like just these weird meme runes that he's going to release. And because, you know, Inscription 0 is the parent, I mean, could they do well because of that? There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing a full collection, bro. Like, it's going to be number 1 on Magic Eden. So get ready. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll see.
It's almost like it's like this weird like art, you know, the way that they're approaching this. And so I wonder if he's really, you know, how he's big on like, oh, I want art to be like special on Bitcoin. Maybe this is one of his things to try to make that happen. I don't know. And some of this is weird. It's like creeping me out. Like just even looking at him, like, yeah. But I'm not a big fan of it. But maybe Shizzy is.
I like it. I'm gonna buy one if he puts out a collection.
All right. Next question is from Igor Bajic. It says, I have $50 in my Xverse wallet. Will I be able to do something with that?
No. Short answer, no.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything with that, with runes, that's for sure. Or anything on Bitcoin, really, at this point, because it's just going to be the fees are going to be more than that.
Sorry, bud, but you're going to have to sit this one out.
Yep. All right. Sixes, community member of ours says, question about MSAT's Merlin swap. Any news on when? So, like, I think whenever there was the opportunity for people to get M tokens and claim N tokens, like you got like the M token versions of your assets, because Shizzy all of a sudden had these bitmaps in his wallet after he claimed the M token. He wasn't even trying to intentionally do that with his bitmaps, but they automatically did. And I think once you do that, once you do the M tokens, it will automatically do that with all your assets. So people can choose to do whatever they want. Obviously, if you don't spend them, you can trade them back in for your thing when you unstake. Is my understanding. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it sounds good. I think, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I'm not a holder, so I don't really know. So,
yep. All right, good question there, Sixes. Essaying again, which one holds more dApps, users, builders, and better potential DeFi on Bitcoin, Merlin Chain or Stacks? And if all of those is Merlin, what Stacks have as an advantage here?
So I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't really look over at Stacks. I'm waiting for this upgrade to happen. It's just too slow.
I thought it happened already.
I don't think so. So I don't know if it got pushed back or whatever. So I could be wrong. But I don't know.
Yeah. Like when we had Call Me Hunch on, and he talked about Stacks quite a bit during that live, which was a great live actually.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it seemed like there was just a lot of like projects that are like waiting for things, you know, over there. They had a successful meme token in Welsh. I know the market cap got pretty large with that. Yeah. But other than that, you know, the Nakamoto upgrade is supposed to fix the speed issue, right? And I think that until that, it's kind of like that's like Stax's little like crutch right now, and then Merlin's crutch is like this, you know, Polygon CDK, CK EVM or whatever it's called, upgrade. And so like they have these little crutches, but supposedly, you know, Merlin is, you know, there's going to be some really cool stuff that's going to be coming here shortly. We just have to wait and see. I don't want to say anything until I like to actually use the stuff, and then I'll say, you know. But in terms of what's coming for dApps and stuff, what we know, there's more on Merlin, but we don't dig into stacks every day.
Yeah.
So, what about advantage wise? Because you did say that like stacks, people use it as like a hedge kind of with Bitcoin.
Yeah, so it's just the centralized exchange guys. They don't actually use the chain at all. They just use it as like a whatever it's called, a leverage play for Bitcoin. So if they think Bitcoin's going up, they buy the spot. Instead of taking Bitcoin on leverage, they'll just buy the spot. And when they think it's going to go down, they sell at spot. So it's another way to not get liquidated. You can just hold an asset. So that's something what some whales do. And I think they're going to do the same with Merle. So
yeah. We'll see. Another follow-up question. I mean, SAN is asking some great questions here, but this one's actually more directed towards Rune, so that's why I wanted to pull it up. It says, what if Leo got so many funds on the donation wallet that he will mint 2 of the first 10 runes, and he announced it after he loads up on Runestone after snapshot dip? So that could definitely like spike Runestone. You know, that's a good scenario there, you know, to show or, you know, to where Runestone could really jump high, because that's the thing that I don't love about these pre-runes is that like you're not going to get your runes right away, and so you gotta the fate is in the hands of these founders and stuff. But this would be super bullish. But then at the same time, like which one goes higher out of the top 10, right?
You don't know. We do got some breaking news here. We got Patty Poo says his balls won't shrivel. His ball sack will not shrivel. So breaking news by Patty Poo. I did not know that about you, my friend. So congratulations.
Yep. I don't really know any techniques to make that happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, was that something that like you and him got back and forth on or something?
I don't know, but I thought that was funny.
I don't know how to help you, bud. All right.
Danny Boy goes, I'm good with number 2, but dying first is first. No, I just mess with you, buddy. We appreciate you so much. You and Rocket are 2 guys, man.
Yep. All right, this question comes from Thrilla. It says, anyone know why MP is tanking?
I actually have it right here. I can show it. I saw the question above, but it is down only, man. Look at this. Look at this chart. This is disgusting. I don't know why, and I hold a lot of this, so it is definitely not looking good for my bags because I have a bunch of this. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm hoping for a bounce, but I don't know why it's tanking. I think because it was the only derivative play for Merlin, and now they're dumping it to buy Merlin. I don't know. Yeah.
I also think, like, remember, like, these were TGE events, so there was, you know, investors and stuff that came in from the outside, and some of them probably dumped their tokens to make their profit, and then so it seems like it, you know, it definitely needs a pick back up. But they did announce like this buyback situation, so we'll see what happens. This like volume on the chain is what's going to solve all these issues with Merlin, and so Surf.1 to me is a big plus for the chain. You get the gamblers on the chain, then they have to use it, bring more attention to Surf.1. People from the outside come to the chain. They learn about Merlin Chain and stuff like that. It's a progress. It's a process. Like, you have to remember, like, Merlin just launched the chain altogether 2 months ago, like from the get-go, right? And this was an innovation type chain to where like you have Bitcoin wallets that people can use in an EVM environment, right? So you know, I'm sure like the first 2 months of Arbitrum being live wasn't like super high volume, right? Actually, I know it wasn't, because I remember it was live back in 2021, like late 2021, because there was a project on Ethereum layer 1 that was struggling and because of fees, and they said we're going to use Arbitrum, we're going to bridge to Arbitrum because the fees are cheaper. So you're talking about 2021, and then like when I saw Arbitrum really starting to be lively, we're talking about 2020. 2023, like early 20. Sorry, not 2023. Late 2022, early 2023, right? So, just give it some time, guys. But we'll see.
I agree.
All right. What else we got here? All right, we're gonna. Zane's the one that's putting these questions in here. Oh wait, so that's a follow-up question. So this is from SAN. He's just saying he's replying to Thrilla because Merle token. Yes. So basically, what Shizzy said, Merle token is taking a lot of the John
rides me hard, bro.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I'm starting to not like John.
He says MP is tanking because Shizzy said it was gonna pump. Oh,
I never said it was gonna pump though. When the hell did I say it was gonna pump? One place I haven't even talked about it. So John, you sir can yeah.
I love seeing y'all's back and forth on Twitter, my Twitter timeline. I'm just
gonna block him. Screw John. Yeah.
Did
I block him before?
Yeah.
He's a gapper, man. He's like a little chihuahua that just won't
stop having trigger fingers on your block option, man. I think that's gonna wrap it up with the questions, guys.
Danny Boo he says buy ops. I don't know what ops is, but Danny says it. Probably a good idea.
Yeah. 379 people in this live. We appreciate all of you guys spending your Fridays with us. We love just spending time with you guys and shooting the shit. Yeah. But we're gonna have another live later today as well, like tonight, once the block is about to come into place, and that's gonna be exciting. We got a pretty cool guest that's gonna jump on with us.
Yeah, it should be fun. We got Crypto Slow. He has a YouTube channel and stuff. He's been following this area for a while, and he made out really well with the Merle token and stuff like that. So we're definitely gonna have him on. It should be fun. But this is what tonight's show is gonna look like, guys. I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. It's gonna look like, nope, not look like that. It's gonna look like this. We're just gonna be sitting here, and we're gonna be 8 hours and 59 minutes. So it's looking like, what is that now? So it definitely was it was April 20th, and now it's April 19th again. So with 9 hours from right now, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 p.m. It's looking like, which would make it April 20th though. So I don't know.
Wait, April 20th, but would it? So it's not gonna.
It's 8 p.m.
April 20th for UTC. That's why, right?
Yeah.
So, but our time it's gonna be tonight,
9 p.m.
So, yep, 9 p.m. So make sure you guys are joining in. We're also gonna try to get some other guests in. I'm gonna try to get some of the familiar faces around the space in that you guys respect. And we'll have some good back and forth conversations tonight. And just enjoy it, guys. Like if you guys are gonna be watching us tonight, that means you've been in the space for a while. And this time has come to where the halving block is here. So let's all just like embrace this moment of leading up to this, right? Like all the past 12 months before that, all the agony of finding before you found ordinals. Even in ordinals, everybody telling you that ordinals is a fad. It's just a liquidity suck and all this stuff. But then you stuck through, and you did well while they were crying over wherever they are from, right? And it's gonna be fun live tonight.
Yeah, man. And stick with us, guys. We're gonna have everything you guys need. Please check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles. If you're going to Nashville, we have 20% off coupon at the top of that. Definitely click that and just come to Nashville. We'll be there. We wearing our Ordinals gear. If you guys need Ordinals gear, we have a store. If you're not wearing our gear, wear someone else's. Definitely show the maxis where you stand with Ordinals, and it should be a great time down there. So definitely check that out as well. And just if you're not a member, we're gonna put up member videos a bunch of all day. But if you're not a member, you want to watch us again, we'll be on tonight around the halving time. So check us out. This probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're not 100% sure yet. That time might change. We have it listed right now for 8 p.m. But we want to get as close to the halving as possible so we can give you guys a real full show kind of going into what it's exactly having with the halving. So it's really going to depend on this number, which is 53 blocks left. We're 99.97% the way there. So it's coming, guys. It'll be today for sure.
And if you remember last during the holiday season, you would know like we were very like frequent members videos about like the BRC20s that were hot. Like we got into Ghosty early. We actually interviewed Ghosty like right away, got them on before they blew up. Ghosty Cash, and then several others, right? And our community is like on it too. So if you're thinking about joining membership, then that's what something to expect is a lot of these members videos about runes projects and stuff like that. Also, I just want to announce we're not going to make it to the Hong Kong event in May, early May. We decided it just didn't make sense logistically for us to go out there, but we are going to try to make Austin at late May, consensus in Austin, as well as Nashville, of course, coming up. So I think that's it, man. Till tonight.
That's the show. We'll see you guys.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.